Hi friends and welcome back to another video. My name is Julie if you're new here, and today we're going to talk about something really fun. I will show you 10 literary destinations to visit as a reader. I did some late night scrolling, as one does, and I got into this kind of rabbit hole and found some interesting destinations that you could visit as a reader, and I thought, why not make a video about it and share it with everyone on the internet? We are not gatekeeping here. And then I narrowed it down to 10 because I didn't want the video to become way too long, but I'm open to do another one if you'd like. And also maybe just because I want to, because I'm now obsessed with this. But let's start with this list of 10 destinations to visit as a reader. The first one is Shakespeare's Globe. It's the Globe Theatre in England, obviously. It's based in London. The Globe Theatre is a reconstructed version of the original Globe Theatre, which was the home of William Shakespeare's plays in the late 16th and early 17th century. Today, visitors can attend performances of Shakespeare's plays, as well as other works by contemporary playwrights. The theatre also offers tours, which include a visit to the stage, backstage areas, and the costume and props department. Obviously, there's much more to do. There's so many options, and they also have a great website, so if you can't travel there, it's still worth taking a look, because they also have virtual tours and a lot of interesting facts on there. So if you like Shakespeare, go check that out. The next up is the Hemingway Home. Next is the Hemingway Home and Museum, which is located in Key West in Florida. The Hemingway Home and Museum is the former residence of Ernest Hemingway, one of America's most famous writers. Hemingway lived in this house with his wife and his children from 1931 to 1939, and it was during that time that he wrote some of his most famous works. For example, he wrote The Snows of Kilimanjaro or Islands in the Stream, which I actually own. A very old copy that my grandma gave me, which I never read, but I do own it. Today the house is open to the public for tours, and visitors can see Hemingway's writing studio, his personal belongings, and the many cats that still live on this property. And that's also apparently a big selling point, because it's mentioned everywhere on the website that you can even maybe meet one of the descendant cats of Ernest Hemingway's cats. So there's that. Sounds inviting to me. Then we have one of the largest libraries in the world. It's the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C. It is actually home to more than 170 million of items in its collection. That's pretty impressive. And the library is a treasure trove for book lovers, with a vast array of books, manuscripts, maps, photographs, and other items related to American culture and history. Visitors can take guided tours of the library's historic buildings, which include the Thomas Jefferson Building and the John Adams Building. The library also hosts frequent exhibitions and events related to literature, history, and the arts, making it a great destination for anyone who's interested in learning more about the world of books. And actually, it looks so good. I would love to go there one day. And another place that I would love to visit one day is the Jane Austen Museum in Chawton in England. Since I have watched the film Austenland, which I believe is based on this, I have wanted to go there. The Jane Austen House Museum is the former home of Jane Austen, who is, if you don't know, one of England's most famous writers. And Austen lived in this house with her mother and her sister from 1809 until 1817. And it was during that time that she wrote some of her famous work, like Pride and Prejudice and Sense and Sensibility, which I, by the way, also own and haven't read. I'm really good with classics, you know. Today, visitors can tour the house and the beautiful gardens and see some of Jane Austen's personal belongings, like family items, for example, or furniture. And again, I really recommend the website of this one. It's really pretty. You can find tons of information on there. And one where I would really, really want to go, but you can only go at a certain time of year, is the Edinburgh Book Festival in, obviously, Edinburgh in Scotland. And it's an annual event that takes place in August, and it features talks, book signings by authors from all over the world. The festival attracts thousands of visitors each year, and it's a great place to discover new writers and meet other people who love books. I really love book fairs, and this festival sounds just as good. Especially because they say on their website that they are the largest public celebration of the written word in the whole world, basically. So it's really huge, and they also offer a lot of information on their website. They have some talks on there. They have a pre-podcast that you can listen to. So if you like books, check it out. And of course, the literary destination that probably everyone has heard of is the Harry Potter Studio Tour in London, England. The Harry Potter Studio Tour, if you don't know, is a behind-the-scenes tour which offers a look of the making of the Harry Potter films, and visitors can see sets, props, costumes and special effects from the movies, and they can learn about the process of bringing J.K. Rowling's beloved books to the big screen. The only reason why I don't know if I will go, and I haven't been there yet, because I've been to London before, but I haven't been to this exhibition, is that I don't want to support J.K. Rowling. And yeah, I'm still a big fan of the books because they are part of my childhood, and I'm kind of torn on that. A very different way to experience books is the Sylvia Beach Hotel in Newport, Oregon. And I think the concept of that is just so cool. I really would love to go there. The Sylvia Beach Hotel is basically a unique library-themed hotel, and it's perfect for book lovers. Each room is named after a certain author, famous one obviously, and it's decorated with books by these authors and memorabilia that's related to the author's work. The hotel also features a very huge library, as well as cozy reading rooms and a dining room that serves delicious meals that are inspired by literature. The hotel is also located at a scenic stretch of the Oregon coast, so it's like the perfect place to relax and immerse yourself in books, and it just looks awesome. But unfortunately it's so far away from Germany, so I don't know if I can ever go to any of these destinations, to be honest, which really makes me sad if I think about it. Another one in the US is the Louis May Alcott's Orchid House. That's such a long name. It's usually also shortened as just Orchid House, but obviously the writer that it's about is Louis May Alcott. The house is in Concord in Massachusetts, and it's a significant historical landmark for its association with the famous American writer Louis May Alcott. The house was built in the 17th century and was later purchased by Alcott's family in 1857. The Orchid House served as Alcott's residence for several years, and it was also the place where she wrote her most famous work, Little Women. The house has been beautifully restored and is now open to the public as a museum, but I have to say, compared to the other ones, it's not as big. At least from the website, it doesn't seem to feature as many other attractions, so just going there because of that, I don't know. If you're a huge fan of the book, then maybe it will be worth it. Another famous American writer is Edgar Allan Poe. If you like Poe, there's the Poe Museum in Richmond, Virginia. It's basically a treasure trove for lovers of the American literature, and for those interested in life of works of Edgar Allan Poe, obviously. The museum is home to an extensive collection of Edgar Allan Poe's works. It features handwritten manuscripts, his personal belongings, including his furniture and clothing, for example. Visitors to the museum can really immerse themselves in Poe's world by exploring these exhibit artifacts and interactive displays as well. The museum's collection also features rare first editions of his work, as well as other important books and documents related to his life and legacy. The last literary destination On my list, number 10 is the Mark Twain Boyhood Home and Museum in Hannibal, Missouri. The Mark Twain Boyhood Home and Museum is a must-visit destination for Mark Twain fans. The museum includes Mark Twain's boyhood home as well as several other buildings that have been restored to their original 19th century appearance. And they look really cool. That's like how in my mind America looks like if I would only rely on like old films about it. Kind of reminds me of a Western. I don't know if that's even remotely correct. Probably not. The visitors can explore the exhibits on Mark Twain's life and work, including his writing process and the impact his books had on American literature, which is really interesting. The museum also offers guided tours, and it also has an art collection which features works of Norman Rockwell, which I only knew through Lana Del Rey songs, but he also illustrated the special editions of Mark Twain's book, like Tom Sawyer and Huckleberry Finn. These were the 10 literary destinations that I wanted to show you, and I hope you found that interesting. I don't plan to visit any of those in the near future, but I still think it's so cool to see them, and if I ever end up being near those places, I will definitely go. And it's so interesting to just learn more about history of books and history of literature through these, and even just through doing this research, it was really interesting and fun. So let me know if you would be interested to see even more of these literary destinations. See you in my next video. Bye!